Welcome to Let's Make Art. We love watercolor. We love to sing also. Sorry if you guys didn't enjoy that. I had a great time. So this is a project we're doing today. Our give thanks, because it's Thanksgiving this week. Wow. I know. It's a lot of fun. Let me introduce you to everybody. This is Karen. This is my mother. We look a lot alike. This is not my sister, but I feel like our singing was so on point. It's like we never even, like we literally just met. And it was like, I was going high, she was going low, and we didn't even rehearse that. It was magic. This is Sky.
Record deal.
So, great.
Coming next.
We have Keenan on camera. That's the voice you hear.
I'm in the background. He's
in the background working the cameras. Brock is also in the background.
Visiting.
He hangs out with us. It's a great time. So this project is super fun, and it's a little bit different because we are doing some brush lettering. Now, Nicole couldn't make it here for the live because, you know, family and holidays and all of that stuff. But she's here watching with the live, so if you have questions, you can ask her and she will respond. She's watching in the comments. Hello, Nicole. And she sent us this little video that we're gonna play for you guys right now. Are you guys ready?
I'm 100% ready for this.
Okay, go to the top cam. I'm gonna pull it up.
We're there.
Okay. Let me start the video over. Okay. Turn it up. And I'm gonna stand up here. Hold on, let me get it in focus. Give me a second. Okay, is she in focus?
She is.
Okay. Okay. Brock is brocking, is that what he said? Okay, ready?
Okay, hello guys. I know I'm popping in. I just wanted to give some words of encouragement. It is so cool to see how many of you are doing the wreath and the lettering. And I went through the Facebook group and I saw so many great projects. And I also saw some of you being really hard on yourself. So I am here to give you a pat on the back, A for trying, B for persevering and doing something new. And I really hope that all the tips that you saw in the live tutorial, you're able to take and mold to what you already have. There's no right or wrong way to do modern lettering, and I'll give you tips to see what's going on. But I want you to know that we are all here rooting you on, and I just want you to continue to keep trying. You got this, and I'll be in the Facebook group typing away because I can't make it there this month, but I will be in there giving you guys encouragement. Thanks.
Okay. How did that look, Keenan?
It looked great.
Great.
Now our top camera's out of focus.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Hold on, let me fix that.
It's so funny.
Okay, we good?
Yeah, it looks great.
Fabulous. So that was a little bit of encouragement from Nicole, because she was exactly right. Some of you guys went for it and felt really good about it. Some of you guys did awesome, but you still weren't totally happy with it. So just remember to give yourself that same kind of, you know, kindness and patience to yourself as you're, you know, starting this new thing. So let's get to it. Sorry, I want to watch so I can look for comments. Okay. So we have 3 colors that we're using today. We're just using yellow ochre, sepia, and red rose. Those are our 3, so we have them here. And then we're just using the round 2 brush. It's just detailing really just tiny little leaves and thin lines and all of that fun stuff. So let's start with our oath. Everybody raise your right hand and repeat after me. I promise to be kind to myself.
I promise to be kind to myself.
I promise not to compare my work.
I promise not to compare my work.
And I promise to have fun.
And I promise to have fun.
We're gonna have so much fun. Okay. We are going to start off with just a couple warm-ups before we get going. And so grab your 2. We're just gonna practice thin lines and we're gonna practice some leaves. And when you get your brush wet, you always want to get your brush wet with watercolor because it makes the paint go on your paper smooth. So you get your brush wet, but you also don't want it dripping because if it's dripping, that's too much water. So it's kind of a balance. So you get it wet and then you kind of hit it off the side of your cup. And then you're going to pick up some paint, any color. I'll start with sepia. But kind of just play around and see what colors you like. Now, if this is your first month subscribing and your yellow ochre exploded on you, we're so sorry. Those were new lids we were trying, and obviously they don't work, so that you will not see them again. So December box, they're gonna be droppers. It's gonna be great. Okay.
So good.
It's gonna be so good. So we're gonna start with practicing thin lines. Now there's a couple things that you wanna keep in mind when you're doing your thin lines. One of them is you wanna be very light pressure, because rounds, if you press hard, you're gonna use the whole part of the brush. So this is me pressing hard. So that's a nice thick line, right? But if I want a nice thin line, then I gotta do soft press. So it's like barely touching the paper. Just like that. So just try and do some long, thin lines. See how thin you can make them go. Yeah, very nice. Yep, and sometimes you'll get little gaps in there because maybe your hand lifts off the page too much. I don't worry about those. Usually I just let them be. Now, another thing that I want you to pay attention to also is when you're doing thin lines, and also when we do the lettering, I've noticed that for me, it's way easier to have a more vertical hold on my brush, and that is going to limit the amount of flipping that happens when you're writing words with a brush. That's an S, if you can't tell. So try maybe doing some thin lines with that more vertical hold so it's right on that point. Just like that. And I like to keep my wrist lifted. I don't like the weight on my wrist, because if I hold down my wrist, then I'm very limited in how far my brush can go. But if you kind of keep it, not the weight on it, so I kind of pull from my shoulder or my arm, then you can go as long as you need. Just like, excellent. Very nice. Okay, now we're just gonna practice some leaves, some leaf shapes. So for me, I like my leaves to be narrow, like a point at the top and a point at the bottom. And so what I like to do a lot of times is just kind of draw it out. So I'm just gonna do still light pressure so it's sharp and thin. I'm just gonna do the outside. So it's kind of like if you were gonna draw like an eyeball or maybe like the bottom of a mouth or something. It's just like a curved line. And then you just do it on the other side. And then you fill it in. But when you fill in a leaf, you don't have to like use the point. You can use the side of it to fill it in. It's just gonna cover more space quicker. So I like to do my top leaf first. And then I do my stem. And then I do leaves from there. Now, even when the leaves are coming off of the main stem, they're gonna be nice and narrow. So they kind of come to a point. They're not kind of coming off the stem like that. You see the difference between the two?
Yes.
Yes. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes. So you just, for me, I just think it shows a little bit more control with your watercolor work if you can get those nice narrow points. But I would like to remind you, it's your painting. It's your life. If you like how it connects right to that stem, then do that. Don't listen to me. Do whatever you want. Now, these leaves are much tinier than the ones that we're practicing right now, but the nice thing is that they're the same shape, just smaller. So maybe just practice a couple doing some really tiny leaves, like so itty bitty baby. You're gonna be light pressure.
See what Shanika said, Keenan?
She said, don't mess this up.
Don't mess it up, Keenan.
Keenan, don't mess this up for us. I need you to Google 3 facts about leaves. No, I'm just kidding.
About leaves? That seems like a tall
Just kidding.
There's a lot you can learn about leaves.
I feel like there is a lot of great information about leaves.
I wouldn't say it's great. I just had a test over them.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so Sky already knows facts about leaves.
Sky Maybe she should teach us about leaves.
What do you want to know about the leaves?
I don't even know what to ask about leaves.
What's the most interesting thing you found out about leaves?
Well, my favorite thing is, so do you guys know what a stomata is?
Of course.
So
I don't.
So stomata is what keeps the water inside or outside the leaf, and they're on the bottom of the leaf.
Oh.
And so, like, in order to keep water moving through the whole plant, they have to release water. And so when it's really dry, they have these guard cells on the side of them that, like, keep them shut, and then they open up.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Sky, I'm glad you're here. You're a great addition already. Keenan,
Yeah.
you're fine. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Without him, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. I'm her ride here.
That's true. Okay, so we're practicing our tiny leaves. And you can make them, I like to make my leaves pointy, but you don't have to do what I do. It's your painting. So if you like them more round, you can do the same thing, except they just kind of have a rounded top, like that. So kind of like a circular shape.
Almost like a teardrop.
Yeah, like a teardrop. Don't be afraid to kind of make this your own and play with it. Okay, I feel like there's one more thing I wanted to, oh yeah, one more thing I want to show you. If you're not super familiar with watercolor, the wonderful thing about it is if you want a lighter color, all you have to do is add water. So when I'm doing these leaves, honestly what I like to do is like if I'm doing my wreath, I'll start off with some color, some strong color, and then I'll just keep going and just add water to it instead of picking up more paint. And then I'm gonna get a value change. So I'm gonna get some leaves that are lighter and then some that are darker. And that's kind of what we're looking for, is we want there to be some variation between your values. You want some dark and you want some light. And the reason for that is it just makes your painting a little bit more visually interesting if we allow these values to happen. So keep that in mind. To use the water, really utilize it. I mean, that was mostly water right there, but you can still see that leaf, and it just is gonna make your painting a little bit more interesting. And then you can even do a dark one right next to the light. You can kind of play with that. So kind of practice just picking up some water on your brush with a tiny bit of paint and allow yourselves to get these variations in value. Yes. Okay. I think we're ready to start. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right. So you can keep your scratch paper to the side, especially because we're going to practice our lettering a little bit before we actually put the lettering in. Now I do want to, I saw this on our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group called Let's Make Art Together, which is really such a wonderful place. And some people were really afraid to do the lettering. They were afraid they were going to ruin their wreath. So one thing I want to say to you, and this is sometimes how I do it too, is sometimes I will do my lettering first and then I'll paint my wreath, because then like sometimes you paint a really gorgeous wreath and you love it so much and then you're scared to do the lettering part because you're like, what if I ruin it? Well, one, you just got to overcome that fear and do it, or you can just switch it around, do your lettering first and then your wreath after, and then that way you might have a little bit more confidence doing your wreath because you already like your lettering. The only hard thing about that is you're not going to know exactly how big your space is, but maybe if you do like a soft outline in a pencil and then you put your lettering in, then that might help you guys. So, but we're going to do our wreath first. And for the outline, I just used a bowl. So I'm just going to lightly kind of trace it onto my paper. Just like that. And then for me, I like to kind of just softly erase it. So I'm erasing some of the lines. You don't have to do this, but just to avoid some of those pencil marks, just so you still get an idea of the circle. You can leave that up there. Okay. So the steps to this painting are pretty basic. We just Step 1 is we do our outline. Step 2 is we just start on one side of the wreath and we just work our way across. And then step 3 is lettering. So there's not like a breakdown, we're just gonna go for it.
That's nice. We could count each leaf if they
We
would
can
break it down.
count, don't count each leaf. That'd be like 57 steps.
57 steps.
Step 1, leaf 1. Step 2, leaf 2. No, just kidding. Okay.
Did she want that?
Do you want to erase some of that? Okay. So what I like to do is I like to just do sections instead of drawing the entire circle with a dark thing and then with paint and then doing leaves on either side. I like to do sections at a time. So I'm going to start by grabbing some sepia, a little bit of yellow ochre. So it's like this warm brown mixture. And I'm going to kind of mix up the colors as I go. Sometimes I'll grab just sepia. Sometimes I'll grab just yellow ochre. Be crazy with that. Have a good time. I'm going to start on the right hand side and then I have my outline here so I kind of have an idea of where my line should go. So I'm just going to start and remember to get a nice thin line, and sometimes to help you get a nice point to your brush is I'll just whip my brush back and forth.
Whip.
That's not the right word.
I like it, but I think it's also a dance move.
It's moves, it's a song, it's not the right word. Maybe just like that, this motion here, back and forth. So now it's a nice point, and I'm just gonna put in my stem. And you can make it however long. And don't be afraid, like some of my stems, you can see here in my example, some of them kind of go off of the circle a little bit. That's okay, don't stress about that. We want to give like kind of a loose feel so it doesn't have to be a tight circle. So this one, the leaf kind of went off just a little bit, but that's okay.
It's more of a natural feel too.
Sure,
Yeah.
that's right, Keenan.
Yes.
And then I'm just going to put in my top leaf.
Cute.
Cute. Nailed it. Nailed it, you guys.
So we're doing it, okay.
Yeah. And my mom's left-handed, so I'm gonna work with her. I'm not left-handed, and sometimes people ask questions about people with left hands, and I'm like, I don't know. So Mom, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. What do they ask?
Well,
To be left-handed.
they'll ask like when we're blending something out, or if they should or if they should like mirror it so they're not smearing, that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm just adding leaves here, and I added more water, but I didn't pick up any more paint, so I have lighter leaves now. Is Nicole here? Yeah. Hi, Nicole. Is that okay that I said they could do lettering first? I hope it is. I didn't consult you first. Okay. So I have my first stem.
How many leaves did you do?
Oh, you can do as many leaves as you want. Don't try and count my leaves and do the exact same,
I'm
Mom.
not counting, I'm getting an idea of orientation.
Oh, okay. I was just like,
She's left-handed. Hard about the left brain.
okay, so I did a little leaf section, and then I'm just gonna move on from there. And if it's easier for you to twirl your paper as you go, feel free to do that. You don't have to keep it, totally vertical. So I'm gonna pick up maybe just the sepia this time. And it doesn't have to come straight out of the leaf because my leaf kind of went off of the circle a little bit. So it's gonna kind of come out like on the neck right here. If this was a person, this would be a neck. And I'm just going to continue this circle. I erased a lot though, so I'm kind of eyeball it. There we go. I had to get rid of that glare on the light. Okay. So I'm just continuing on with my circular shape. I'm going to put my leaves in. And maybe this one's going to go in a little bit. That leaf was a little big, but that's okay. There are many different sized leaves. Do some big, do some small. Here's another fun little tip you can do. If you use mainly water and you have a light colored leaf, then while it's still wet, you can drop in some color right into it, and it's just going to kind of bleed and move out. And that's a really fun, easy way of how you can get value change within the leaf itself. So do that a couple times, you know. And if you're nervous because you're like, well, I'm not really sure what that color is going to do, sometimes you just have to live on the edge.
Live on the edge. There you go. There you go.
It might seem scary. You can do it. Keenan, I said my line and there was no celebration from you.
I didn't hear the line. I was really distracted by Brock's facial expression.
I said the line and you're supposed to go, what?
I need to get better at it.
We live on the edge.
Wait, let me try again. Let me try. What?
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. We said it.
I'll be better.
I wasn't paying attention. I feel like it's kind of your job to pay attention to what I'm saying.
I would like to say for the record, Sarah is always this mean.
Yes. It's not an act, you guys.
It's real.
You can tell you're really into it.
She's bigger than me. There's not much I can do.
Okay, so now I have 2 little leaf sections, and what you can do to add a little bit more filler in to make it a little bit thicker is you can do like mini little stems poking out. So maybe coming from right here where there's a little bit of white space, I can just do a little baby, like little growth. So like a little stem growth.
What was that? What was it again?
Stem growth.
Stem growth.
Was that the noise?
Stem growth.
That could be a
I
GIF.
love it.
And then you add tiny little baby leaves off of that. And now it like kind of filled out the space anymore, and let me start over. It filled out the space a little bit better, and then it's not so symmetrical, because sometimes we want to fill in little random here's and there's to make it a little bit more special, you know, and not just like you have perfectly symmetrical leaves all the way around. And you can do these little stems, you can do them a little bit longer. So if I'm going to start over here, I can have one go this way. And then add little baby stems or baby leaves off of that. There were a lot of different versions of this wreath. First of all, if you're not part of our Facebook group, what a shame, because it's a really great time.
It is.
And people post their artwork that they're either painting with us or just doing on their own. And it's really great because you get to see a bunch of different interpretations of the same painting. It's why I like having people up here while I paint, because I just want to show you it's okay that everybody looks different. That's what we want. That's how you kind of make it your own. And then I'm just going to keep, so I added some filler, and I'm just going to keep. So I like to do like, what is that, 2 or 3 inches? Like a 3-inch section at a time for me. I like doing that little chunk and then doing the leaves off of that. That feels good to me, but you can choose how big your sections want to be at a time.
It's starting to sound like Bob Ross.
Am I?
Yeah, a little.
What a great compliment. That man.
Amazing.
What a joy. So even with like the angle of your leaves, we have some that are kind of going farther out from the stem, and we have some that are angled more towards the stem, like this one is angled in more and this one's angled out more. Play with that. Play with those angles of your leaves. I'm just gonna keep on, yes, just keep on going. I'm saying yes because I'm seeing other people's paintings and I'm getting really excited about it. Okay. Keenan, do we have any questions or anything?
I don't have any questions, just compliments.
Oh, I meant from people watching.
No Maybe we should clarify on some of our questions.
You're right. Sorry for not being more clear.
I'm having a Wellington flashback with a miscommunication.
Let's see. Tanika, I'm coming home tomorrow.
Tanika, yes.
Shout out to Tanika.
Shout out to Tanika. Big fan.
Okay, so while it was wet, I dropped in some color, and that's how I'm getting these little darker spurts on my... See that? Yes.
At the end. So where the leaf meets the stem kind of thing?
Yeah, right where that leaf meets the stem while it's wet, I just drop in a little bit of color.
I would like to read one comment real quick.
Yes.
If you didn't already read it.
What?
Colleen says, my mom says the paper was made for you, not you for the paper. Go ahead and move it.
Yes.
Very nice.
Her mom's cool.
Very nice.
Okay. Now I'm gonna start, so I did my two, but like compared to this side, this is looking really thin compared to the left side because I did these extra little add-ons. So just kind of keep in mind, like, how do I say this?
Spacing?
The spacing. It's really helpful if you actually hold your painting from far away and then you can take a look at it. It gives you a better idea of the composition and maybe where some parts feel empty or where some parts feel really heavy. So you can do that. Middle of the painting. It's like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a good idea. I'm gonna start adding some berries to mine because I wanna introduce a little bit of color. So kind of where I feel like there's just a little bit of a space that I could fill, I'm gonna do a little stem. And then I'm just gonna grab the rose red and drop in some little dots, almost like little berries, just like that. And then it's just a nice pop of color. It just gives your eye somewhere to go to. And so if you kind of place some around, then it's gonna make your eyeball go like, ooh, 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 you know? And then I'm also going to do another little stem. Oh, that got a little thick. It's okay though. It's not a big deal. Don't be mad at it.
I love that video with the little boy.
Oh my gosh.
Is that the greatest?
That was so great. Somebody shared, I'm assuming their son saying, I'm not mad about it. he started saying that. That's something.
Saying, what do we do when we make a mistake? I'm not mad.
I'm not mad about it. That's right.
Awesome.
It was really great. It made me so happy. Now, if you want to add a little bit of extra detail in here while it's dry, you can add little little veins on the leaves if you want. Just little doot, doot. It's up to you. It's your painting. I'm going to do some here and there. Just if you want to keep those lines sharp, do it when your leaf is dry. If your leaf is wet and you try and do it, then that line is going to bleed out and it's going to get fuzzy.
That's my motion for fuzzy.
Oh, I thought you were raising your hand. You're like, what do you need?
This is
What's up, Keenan? What do you need? Okay.
those are Snickers.
So I'm going to keep on going around. So I missed a little section there. I'm going to maybe go over it. Now, if you go over it, you don't want to start right where the line lets off. I learned this from Nicole in lettering. You want to start a little bit further back and then cover that. Because it's really hard to get the lines to match up exactly if you're trying to start right where you left off.
I think I'm liking that it's small.
Small?
Because it's allowing me to kind of concentrate and not feel like I'm trying to fill spaces. Like it's been good for me.
Oh, good. Yeah,
I'm
sometimes.
excited for that.
Sometimes a really large piece of paper, like a whole piece of paper, can be really intimidating. So if we like just break it down and just be like, we're just doing this little guy, it's not as scary. And that's also why some people like to work on smaller sheets of paper. So if you're feeling intimidated by your large sheet of paper, I've seen people just kind of cut the sheets we give them in their kits. They just cut those in half and then paint the projects on those little half sheets. Okay. I'm going to go back and add some berries over here where I started. Now the nice thing about like the berries and the add-ons with the leaves is you can also do that at the end. You can do your main part and then kind of go back and just start filling in spaces that feel a little empty. I like to do a little bit of both. I like to do it while I'm painting, and then also at the end you kind of look back and be like, okay, where is this feeling empty? I'm going to turn this more. Do my thin line. Keenan, do you have any Thanksgiving traditions?
Football.
Does your whole family play football? Or is it like friends?
Usually most of my brothers.
How many brothers do you have?
I have 4 brothers.
You have 4 brothers.
Yeah, but only 2 really live close enough to play.
So you play football with 2 people?
We try to. Usually 3.
Okay.
I'm there too. I'm all-time QB.
Are you really?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm like, that's
I'm just
cool.
going out with your deal.
Oh, I see.
No, there's usually a group here, actually, in Hamilton that plays.
Oh, some friends that get to that. Oh, that's why you invited Michael, my
We
husband.
need Michael to play.
I'll ask him, but I'm
I
gonna.
always ask to play.
They don't let you play?
We don't want to lose. She plays rugby.
Yeah, I play rugby. There's less rules, no pads.
I feel like
'Cause they know that
she would be
she'll be
good
Yeah.
if she plays
She'd be
rugby.
the ball carrier for sure.
Oh, for sure.
I have a niece that plays on our high school football team.
Michaela.
Amazing.
Yeah, she does awesome.
Yeah. Very proud of her.
I always wanted to play on my football team in high school because I was very tomboyish growing up. I really enjoyed sports, but I was really scared too. I never did. But there was a girl who was on my soccer team who was the kicker for our football team. She did great.
See, that's a good idea.
That's what I should have
I'm
done.
going to train my girls to do that.
Which one are you gonna train to do that?
Eleanor, she's a little more.
She's got that,
Aggressive.
Yeah.
but she doesn't have that attention span.
She doesn't need it. She's going to be there for 12 seconds to be a kicker.
Also, she's like 3, right?
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of things that change between 3 and like 15.
Yeah,
Just saying.
Maybe.
maybe. Maybe, we'll see.
12 years, maybe. Hard to say.
Brock, do you have any traditions? They can't hear you, but I can repeat what you say.
No,
None?
no.
He usually plays football with me.
Do you usually play football with them? That sounds like a good time.
I got hurt last time.
Why didn't you ask if I could play? Why only Michael? I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit more athletic than he is.
That's true. We've seen it in action.
We have.
You have
actually.
seen,
We
you have.
This is American football, not soccer
Yeah.
football.
I can play American fough.
All right, 9
You
o'clock.
can be there.
Ooh,
Well,
that's
8:45 because everyone's always late.
That's a little early.
What? On a Thursday?
8:45, I don't know about that.
It's supposed to be really nice on Thursday. I'm very grateful for that.
Nice how, like,
Like
The weather.
57 degrees.
The high is 57 on Thursday?
Yeah.
Good for us.
Thank you, Mother Nature.
Thank you, Mother Nature. It's been very cold here in Hamilton.
It's been chilly since we're back.
My mom's from Arizona, so she's not used to this at all.
I'm from Iowa, so it's super nice here.
I feel like it's balmy.
It's nice.
A balmy 21.
Okay, I'm almost closing in on my wreath here. How are you guys doing? Are you getting close?
I'm about
I got mine.
half.
I got it.
Okay. Not to rush you, but you
Do I
have
need
to
to
paint
speed it up?
faster.
Got it.
You don't have
I
to.
could do like a half one while we do the lettering.
Okay.
Just fill it in.
I know that some people
I'm
watching.
enjoying the process so much.
Yeah, taking your time. I know that some people are like, you go really fast. I'm sorry I go really fast. I will try and slow down. I can do that. Okay. So I'm gonna close my wreath and then I'm gonna go back and look at where I can fill it in with little twigs and little berries. So to close it, I'm gonna kind of like just put my top leaf in. I'll have it kind of go this way, kind of on the other side of this leaf, and then have that meet right back here.
We have a question from Megan.
Yes, Megan.
Megan wants to know, how would you paint pine bows? Just a thin stick
Like a
with green
pine-
thin lines off of it, question mark?
Pine bows, like pine needles with bows?
No, like the pine itself.
Oh, is that called a pine bow?
I'm assuming that's what she's talking about. Is that what you're talking about?
Megan, is that what you're talking about?
Megan Parsons.
Let me know. I'm not seeing any comments on here. Let me try again.
Paging Megan Parsons.
Megan Parsons. Oh, there we go.
Like a Christmas
Like a
wreath.
Christmas wreath. Okay. So what I would do for a Christmas wreath, if I were to do it, is you want to make sure that you have, so if this is my branch, I'm going to start off with my branch and pretend that the lines are green. Okay, we're going to just pretend that the yellow is green. So you're going to kind of do these wispy things here off either side. So kind of, you're almost like flicking up, so you want to get it thin at the top and thick at the bottom, which is how it's like, oh, bow. Bow isn't pronounced like bow. Okay.
Can't spell.
So it's going to be thin at the very top and thick where it meets, like that. So I would do it this, and I would do it a couple of times, like on top of each other. And then what I would also do to create some depth is I would let some of the green parts be, some of the green spikes be a little bit darker than others. Can they see this on the top?
They
Yeah.
can. I was
Okay.
going to do a side shot too, so they can really see how you're painting it.
Because you want to make sure you still have a little bit of depth on there, so that's why you want some of them to be dark and some of them to be light. So you could do it all one value and then go back with like a darker one and go on top of it. So then it gives it a little bit of depth by having that second value on top. Now this is just like off the top of my head how I would do it, but it's always really helpful to look at reference photos. So if you were to Google like pine needles or something and just see where the lights and the darks are and then kind of mimic that, that's what I would suggest doing, but this is like off the top of my head. This is what I would try. The bottom line is if you want to make something look more realistic, you just have to make sure that you have different values in there. We have dark and we have light. So kind of mix up, let some of the greens be light and then let some of them be dark, and that automatically is going to give you a stronger form than if they're all the same value. Okay. Thank you, Megan, for that question. Okay.
I
So,
apologize, I can't pronounce words.
Keenan, it's okay. You do great, it's fine. It's okay, somebody got really mad at me because I couldn't pronounce azure.
Azure.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
love
blue.
Brock's
It's blue.
laugh.
They're like, you're an artist and you can't even pronounce this name color? And I'm like, it's worse. I named that paint that color, full on knowing I didn't know how to pronounce it. I didn't make up that name. That's just what I chose to name that color. Okay. Poor choice on my part, but that's okay. I'm just going to kind of start filling it out because it's, as you can see, since I added some stuff over here, it's looking a little bit heavier over here, which I really like. It's just giving it more of a full look, and I want to bring that down here. So I'm just going to start adding some pokey out little branches, and some are long and some are short, and some of the leaves are just tiny baby little leaves. Some of them are bigger. There's nothing wrong with having variation in your wreath. Don't feel like you have to do everything the same. But if you do notice, I am having all of the leaves go the same direction. They're all kind of going clockwise. You don't have to do that in your own painting. Sometimes people kind of start in the middle and have them meet up. It's just a style preference. But there's nothing wrong if you have one side going one way, one side going the other. Not a big deal. Erica says she's not mad about it, how you said, I said it. Thanks, Erica.
Thanks, Erica.
Oh, is it pronounced sepia? Is it?
I think either way is fine, sepia or sepia.
We've opened a can of worms.
I say everything wrong. I'm so sorry. I've always called it sepia.
That's how I would say it.
Somebody vote. Jennifer, great question. I don't know. I always thought it was also called niche, not niche. Like if there's
That's one that you can say either way.
Is it either way?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. I don't look like a fool.
From years of bio classes.
Nailed it.
Victory!
Yeah, that's one you can say however you want.
Awesome.
I think you can say any word however you want. People are just gonna be mean. But, but you know how like, what's a word?
Oh, there's so many. Which word?
Bow.
Potato,
Or bow.
Bow or bow, they're spelled the same, right?
No.
B-O-W?
Yes and no.
Oh, bow.
Those two are yes. There are so
Yeah.
many vowels
Just
in
there.
It's pronounced with the long E.
Sepia.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep, so it's a long E, sepia. Great. You guys, thank you for telling me. I had no idea. I will pronounce it that way from now on. It's gonna be great. I'm really good at my job. It's fine. I know colors. Okay. I can't believe I've been calling it wrong my entire life. I'm just like dwelling on that.
Don't be mad at
Somebody's saying to say a different word and now I'm afraid to. Pajama. Did I say it wrong?
That was wrong.
What-
It's
had-
pajama.
They say pajama in other countries, but that's just ridiculous.
What did I say? Pajama?
Pajama.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, don't mess with me like that.
I'm just kidding.
I'm in a vulnerable state. I don't trust myself anymore. Okay, so I'm just adding some berries throughout. I kind of want it to feel like I feel like this area is missing some red. So another thing you can do, and this might sound really funny, but it's super helpful for me, and I'm just trying to give you all the tricks I know, even if they're not totally correct, like how to say words, but it's fine. I like to look at a painting, and then I kind of like to let my eyes unfocus. And when you let your eyes unfocus, then colors pop out more, and value changes pop out more, just in terms of composition. So if I'm looking at this painting and I blur my eyes, then this area right here is missing red. Everywhere else it's pretty like standard, except this chunk right here is missing. So it's a super helpful tip I use, especially when trying to figure out the light or darkness of something, is you just kind of let your eyes blur and unfocus, and then the darks and the lights are gonna make themselves more known. And I know that sounds super weird, and when Al did the videos, every time I said it, he did not believe me, but it works. I do it all the time. It's especially helpful when you're like trying to copy a painting from a photo or from real life. If you unfocus your eyes, then colors and values become more obvious. Why? I don't know. Science. Look at me and you. Same page.
Telling you. I know what's up. I read a book once.
I read a book once. I get it. Okay, and I'm gonna start doing a little bit more filling out. Maybe over here. We're almost to the lettering part, you guys. You're doing great. Or I am. How are you guys doing? Sorry. I'm doing pretty good. Okay. Doing awesome. Yeah, that looks great. Oh, can I share yours? Yeah. This is Sky's. So her branches are going way out, which is super cool. And what's that doing is you can tell when you have your branches go out a little bit more and have kind of more of a squiggly line, it gives it more of a feeling of movement. So for me, her wreath is looking really like it's moving, which is super cool. And if you're feeling like some parts are feeling really sparse compared to other parts, is you can do little branches kind of in between here too, if you don't want chunks in between. But again, this is totally your painting. So if you like, that's awesome. Just do whatever you want. If you're feeling it's sparse, you can put stuff in between there. But it's very active. It's an active painting. And then I'm gonna show my...
I just did a left-handed mistake.
Oh, did you put your wrist in it?
Yeah.
That's
so
okay.
That's okay. I'm not mad at it. We'll just like incorporate it.
We'll have to incorporate it with the lettering. Okay, this is my mom's. And this one, as opposed to this one, since it's all, we have some great leaves and different value change, but you can see it's pretty even. And this is probably more of a static painting. There's nothing wrong with an active or a static painting. Neither one is wrong. It's just whatever your intention is. So this one, because it's very rhythmic, it makes you want to rest a little bit because there's not all of these lines going everywhere. So this is gorgeous too. So both are really beneficial when you're painting. It just depends on what you want the feel of your painting to be. So if you want your wreath to have like a really movement feeling, then have lots of lines coming out from it. If you want it to be really like, I'm right here and this is where I'm staying, then you're gonna not go too far out from that circle. You planned it? Perfect.
I planned it. Yeah.
Erica says she's super excited about her painting right now. Yes! Yay. I love it when people are excited about their paintings. I can't wait to see it, Erica. Teresa says she loves how each one is different, and I do too. I feel like we have like the mood like across over here, right? It's like active, not as active, not active, right? We're covering all the bases. It's really great. And then you can decide, maybe you did one that's more, what's the word I use?
Sedentary?
Sedentary?
What about passive?
No, that's not the right word. Sorry, Kino. Okay, we did a more calming one. Maybe you did a more calming one, but you really liked the movement or the feel that Skies has. So now you know what you need to do next time to give it that feeling, which is the benefit of looking at other people's artwork and looking how other people paint, because you can learn stuff from them. Okay, now I feel like I need static. That's the word I was looking for. Shelley.
That's better than passive.
Static is the perfect word that I was looking for.
Oh, I see. You went with the fans.
I did go with the fans. Shout out to the fans. Thank you. You nailed it.
You keep us alive. Thanks, fans.
Thank you. Okay, and I'm going to add a little bit of veins here. I feel like there was someone who posted their painting. I think it was Heidi. She's painted with us before, and she had great details on her small little leaves. She had nice little veins. She had color changes, and I did the same thing. That's okay. Let's see if I can lighten it up. I'm gonna wet it with water. I need a paper towel. See.
What about a magic?
I'm kind of rubbing.
Mr. Clean, come through.
Mr. Clean might work. I'm kind of rubbing the paper off at this point. That's okay. It lightened up. I'm not mad about it. It happens all the time. And so some people are saying they're getting a fuzzy, blurry edge. I don't think it's because you have too much water, and maybe what you should try, because I've learned that sometimes we get a fuzzy edge with these paints. Sometimes what I find is helpful is if I use water first. So if I'm trying to do some berries and I don't want them to be fuzzy, I'll do dots first of just water. and then I'll drop in the color. And then most of the time, if you do it that way, you can get a nice clean edge on it and it shouldn't bleed out. It could just be that the paints are super concentrated and you need to add a little bit more water to lighten them up. So try maybe one of those, either adding more water or putting water down first and then dropping in the paints.
Pro tip.
I thought you were gonna add something.
He did add something.
I added pro tip.
Pro tip. Hashtag pro tip. Okay, now I'm gonna make sure my wrist is not paint on it, and then I'm gonna add another little leaf thing over here. And you can have these be as twiggy as you want. Maybe you wanna do little stems but have nothing on them. That's cool too. It's your painting. It's your life. Okay. So, now I'm getting close to my lettering part. So Nicole is watching. So Nicole, correct me if I say anything wrong. But how we're gonna do this lettering, and what's super helpful is to have a little bit of scratch paper. You can even use your watercolor scratch paper that's in the kit if you only want to use one, or the back of it. And what you want to do is you want to basically do like tiny thumbnails or tiny versions of your lettering and play with placement. You're going to play with little things you can do. So okay, so if our thing is give thanks, that's what we're putting in the middle. And remember, you can change the words. It's your life. We have a circle. That is what we can, so you can even draw a circle if that's helpful to you. That's a little rough circle, but it's okay. And then you can kind of play with different ways of filling this space. Now, if you want to write give nice and tall to fill in that space at the top, and then maybe you want to fill this in too at the bottom so it's just nice and long, you can do that. Do you want to do it on your scratch paper? I gave you a pen too if you wanted to. So you're just going to play. So then you're like, okay, well, I kind of want to mix between like having like cursive or not. So I can do maybe this way, give cursive. And then it's kind of fun to work around letters that are already there. So it's like, I wouldn't want to start my T over here. I'd maybe start it over here. Thanks. Oh, I ran out of room, so that might not work. But you can maybe, yes, Nicole says little sketches to help get some ideas out of your head and onto your paper. So there's nothing wrong with kind of just playing around. I'll probably just stick with what the example was because I felt really good about that in the tutorial. But just play. And then another really great thing that I learned from Nicole while she was here is that if, like your G, it doesn't have to go, the big curve doesn't have to go straight down. If it works better for your composition, you can have that curve kind of go more to the side. So if you move it more to the side, then that gives you room to do a letter underneath. Give, and then maybe you can play with something like that. You can do little leaves. People have been putting leaves on there, which has been really great. And it doesn't the same, and you might be like, my handwriting is terrible, I don't want to do this. Brush lettering is very different from handwriting because you can kind of pick up your pencil and move it and change the direction or curves of letters. It's not just like writing, right? It's like, I can change this way and I can put that up and that can go down and that can go this way. So if you're don't like your own handwriting, don't let that stop you from doing this. It's kind of, I feel like it's a different part of your brain that you're using. So just kind of play with it. You can thicken some lines. And remember that saying, we took the oath to be kind to ourselves. This is more about having fun. Maybe I'll do mine that follows this. That's a little funky. I kind of like it though.
Cute.
Yes. Yes, so just kind of play with it, play with the angles or the curves. You can add little leaves here and there. Yeah, there's many different ways. I'm gonna actually keep playing. And then what's also, because I told Nicole that I have a really hard time centering something. Like if I wanted to put a word in a wreath, how do I make sure that it's in the center? And she gave me some really great tools to do that. One of them is you can kind of like draw a line. Like if this is gonna be where my top word is. So let's say this is gonna be the bottom of my word. And I know that my word is gonna be this long. So just while I'm drawing it, I know that it needs to be that long. And then you can just kind of use your fingers to kind of measure and see if it's actually in the middle. So if I do that, so I'm just gonna use my fingers and be like, here's the end, here's the beginning of my letter, and I move this over this way. I have way more space on this side, so I'll just continue my line to kind of that point. And pencil's really great to work with. Just do it really lightly because you can erase it. So, okay, so now I know that this is centered and this is gonna be the bottom of my letter. And then I can do a line at the top so I know how tall to make it, like that. Also, what might be really helpful to use is you can even draw, like lightly with a pencil, draw out the words before you paint it. And that way you can check your spacing.
Teresa has a good suggestion.
Yes.
She says sometimes I start with the middle letter and work outward.
Oh, that's a great idea, Teresa. Because then it like helps it be centered, right? So if you're like, this is the center of my page. Well, give has 4 letters, so I guess you would work in between, yep. Right? So you would do like maybe the V here and the I here. I feel like my give was too spaced out, so I'm actually gonna bring it in a little bit. I got a little too crazy. If you're ready to go, you can just do it too.
I just don't use a pen.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have one pencil that I'm using yet. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm almost done.
It's all good. No rush.
Oh, Nicole does bring up a good point. The I is a little bit skinnier, so that's where that might throw you off if you start on the letter. Okay, so far I'm really liking what I'm doing. This is great. Okay, I'm feeling really good about this. It's kind of going up a little. And then let's do it this way.
Add some stems while you're waiting.
I don't want to. I like how it is.
She likes how it is, Keenan.
I think it's really cute. So.
It does look good. I'm just trying to help you.
I can handle it. I think I got it. Alcohol lid.
Okay. Okay, I feel good about my... Okay, so I have my outline. Let's see what, I'm gonna read out loud what Nicole said. She said, the beautiful thing about modern lettering is it's personal. You're not trying to make it look like a font. We want to feel your personal touch. Yes. Nicole, thank you for reminding me of that because I was like, that doesn't look very good, but I feel like it's gonna look great.
I like that.
You guys can do this. I know that you can do it. I know it's scary, but you guys can do hard things. And in the end, it's a piece of paper and water and a little bit of paint. If you don't like it, throw it away and do another one. It's not a big deal. Don't let this piece of paper get the best of you. You know what I'm saying? You guys can do hard things. Okay. So I'm going to start with my G. Now I'm going to try and remember to do a more vertical hold. So like more on my point so I don't get the flippiness. I'm going a little bit thicker on this one. Okay. There's my G. And sometimes it's easier if you put your, because I struggle with actually keeping my lines straight. They kind of like to veer off. So what's also helpful that I found is if I put the paper straight in front of me and I look over it, then I have a better idea of when it's kind of curving off because I'm looking straight at it. And then I can work from there. So here's my eye. Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna do my V. I'm gonna go a little wider with my V. Maybe too wide? No.
That looks good.
It's looking great. I'm gonna thicken up my other parts though, since that V got a little thick. That's the nice thing about starting thin, is if your lines if one area gets a little bit too thick, well, you can always thicken up the rest of them so they match. It's not a big deal. Or you can just let it go, because it's not a big deal either way.
Thank you, dear.
I'm so sorry I only brought one pencil, you guys. My bad. Okay. And then I'm gonna do my E. Whoa, that line got thick.
Keep it thick.
I'm gonna embrace the thickness. I'm gonna go back and make all my letters thick. Okay, I'm gonna go back and thicken a little. Maybe we'll only thicken the left side, kind of like it's a style. You know I got style. Put that in there.
Is it edgy style?
It is edgy style. Yeah, look at my give.
That's good. I like
Yeah.
Very
Oh, I
nice.
like that you did yours cursive.
Thanks.
You guys, I'm so excited for you to see these when they're done. Okay. Now we're gonna move on to my thanks. Now my thanks is, I feel way more comfortable doing like more cursive, because I feel like if it's angled or if it's kind of off, it's meant to be, because it's like loopy letters that go all these different ways. Thanks, Nicole. She says I got style. Thanks, girl. Okay, so I feel a little bit better doing my cursive part. I feel better because I feel like I have more like freedom to be a little funky. So I'm just going to go for it. So I'm staying on top, trying to keep it light. And this one I'm kind of doing more at an angle. Picking up more paint. Okay, and then I'm going to put in my T. Yeah! And then when this dries, I have these extra pencil marks kind of outside my letters where I kind of went off on my own. You can erase that, but make sure that your painting is dry before you try and erase it, or else it'll just kind of smear it around. Ooh, Gina did a waterline first and then dropped color in. Gina, genius idea. That looks good, Mom.
Thank you.
You going for it?
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
So she recommended trace it with water first and then drop the color?
Well, that's what Gina did.
Okay.
So if that makes you feel more comfortable to do the water first, I guess that's a good idea, because just in terms of thicknesses, right? Because if you don't like how thick it is, you can just dry off that water and then do it again just with water.
I'll try that.
Okay, let's see what Nicole says. That's a fun technique too. Sometimes water has a mind of its own. So she's not very good at that, but if it works for you, then do it. That's a good point. Sometimes water goes a little rogue. That's a great word. Okay, I'm just gonna mess with my G a little bit. There was somebody who did lettering and then they even did like shadows with it.
They did.
It looked really nice.
Almost 3D?
Yeah,
That's cool.
like 3D shadows. You guys, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do 3D shadows.
Do it.
Should.
Nicole, do I just do it on like the right side of the letter? Let's see what she says. And I'm gonna do it in yellow.
I was gonna say, it's your painting, it's your life.
She's like, Sarah, do whatever you want. It's your painting. Okay. Okay, I'm just going for it, Nicole. I'm just gonna do it. I'm waiting to see if she'll tell me how to do it or if I should just do it. I'm just going for it.
Remember the delay.
Okay, that's true. Maybe I'll give her a second. Either one depends on where you want your light source to be from. So if I want my light source here, then the shadow would be on the right hand side.
Says, but typically on the left.
Yeah, typically you have light
Typically,
going backwards.
typically my shadow is going to be on my left hand side. Okay, that's okay. I can do that. Okay. So if I'm going to do a shadow, I'm going to just do a different color. I'm going to leave a little space. I don't know if I'm doing this right. That's okay. It's just a piece of paper. I'm focusing so hard right now. Okay, I like it so far. It's going okay. The G is tricky. It's a curved line. I think I did okay. Maybe I'll like thicken it a bit. Maybe I'm just going a little crazy. This is a lot of fun. I'm sorry I'm covering the overhead.
It's okay. We do a side shot. Looks good.
Do I need to have this connect at the bottom to my letter, or is it okay that it's just floating? Is it going to be my choice?
I'm going to go with a yes.
Am I painting my life? I can do what I want?
Yeah. So I feel like it might take away from the point of the V if you connect it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that looks good. I'm glad I did that shadow. I'm going to erase my pencil lines on my thanks part. And I think the great thing about this project too is everybody is doing different variations. I've already seen some Christmas wreaths. I've seen people do full-on different quotes within their brown leaves. It's like so great to see how you guys take these projects and make them your own. It makes me truly happy inside. I love it. I didn't connect my letter here. My K loop kind of got lost. So I'm just going to start and then connect it. Now it's connected. Done. Maybe I'll thicken. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Elizabeth. She likes my shadows. Well, that makes me feel good. Okay. Oh, that looks so good, Mom. I love it.
I had to intentionally incorporate my left-handedness in there.
You did.
I could make berries in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put berries around the lettering.
Yes. Love your leaves that you're adding.
Thanks.
Thanks. Give thanks. Great. P.S. My whole family is watching and they think you're funny and cool. Thanks, Nicole. Now I also got a little nervous. Okay.
I'm a little nervous.
I got a little... I just really like Nicole. I want her family to like me. Okay. I feel really good about mine, that I don't want to mess with it anymore. Okay. Oh, there was somebody who did a wreath. They full on painted like a turkey within their wreath. Did you see that?
It was amazing.
That turkey was so beautiful.
My comment was wow. Wow. Like I have no other words.
It was
wow.
so
It was
great.
amazing. Yeah. Just wow.
I'm gonna let you guys finish up. I want to talk to you and then we're gonna show it when they're done. But I just wanted to say we're talking a lot about our Facebook group that we have, and it's honestly because it's like my favorite thing in the entire world. And I just want to say that you guys are so awesome for being a part of it. You make it awesome because you guys are positive and supportive and encouraging. And I think it's so hard to find that when you're painting or trying something new, because it's so scary when you're trying something new and you just need that other person to just kind of validate you, right? Especially when you're just starting out, where you're like, I don't know about this. And then people are like, no, you are awesome. And I really feel like that's what our Facebook group does, and it's truly amazing. And I just want to say thank you, because you guys do that 100%. I can't keep up with all of the posts and all of the comments because there's a lot of you guys. I think we're almost to 3,000 members in that group. Nice. Right, Brock? Yeah, I think that's pretty close. So you guys are doing an awesome job. I just really want to appreciate you, because you make that the amazingness that it is. So I appreciate you. That was my little spiel. You guys are great. And if you're not part of the group and you need a little bit of support, or you just kind of want to see what people are making, then check it out. It's really great.
Very inspirational.
It is super inspirational, and people take these projects and they make them their own. Somebody did a rain boots project, and they made their boots red and then had cats peeking out of them.
That's awesome.
It was so great.
Did you see the bunny one? They took your bunny and put it in the boot.
Yes, and somebody did an elephant in the boot.
Yes, they've done so many different things.
So many great things, and I truly love it.
I had to bury up my thanks.
You had to bury? Yeah! Oh my gosh, Mom, I love that. Okay, I'm thickening up some of my letters here. Carrie, you guys almost ready to show? Because I feel like it's about that time where we got to show them what we've made.
Almost.
Okay.
It took too long, and then I started into something else.
I know, sometimes I'm like, just a little more. Sometimes it's just about knowing when to stop, you know what I mean? I sometimes have that problem.
Yeah.
As I continue to thicken my letters over and over again. It's fine, I'm fine.
Narrator, it was not fine.
It was, in fact, not fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to tear mine out. Gosh. I used a little bit more of the sepia in this one. Nailed it.
Wow.
You guys, I nailed that.
Have you said that before?
I've been saying it that way all of my life. It's fine. This one, I think I used a little bit more of the yellow ochre, which is why it's reading really yellow. And this one I used way more of the sepia, so it's reading more brown. I love both of them. I think both of them are great. Okay. And Nicole says, tip for your mom for letters for next time, try rotating your paper to draw the lines.
When I'm painting it or drawing it?
When you're painting or drawing, Nicole.
Because I think I did that. Oh, are you talking about my mess up? That happened on the wreath.
She'll respond. She'll respond and we'll know.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to hold it up. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure it's...
I'm going to purposely put my hand over my smeared edge over here.
Oh,
Like a true professional.
convenient.
You just hide those mistakes, she said, while painting it.
While painting it, okay.
Okay. And we're going to hold him up towards Keenan, and he's going to do a slow pan
Make sure it
across.
looks good
I
first.
think it's dry enough.
Okay, ready?
Ready?
Get the cheese ready. Here comes the
Oh, no,
cheese.
I'm ready to do mine now. Tell me when you get to me so I can do my little...
Okay, we're coming in. Yep, there it is now. That's nice.
Okay.
That looks great.
It looks awesome.
Nice.
That reminds me, Brock, oh yeah, you guys look at each other's.
It's very fun.
Yeah, yours is cute.
What was
I
the
love
news?
that.
What was the station that we were on today when they did a story on Missouri Star? MSNBC did a little section on Missouri Star, and Let's Make Art was a part of it, and it was so great. They did clips from our classes, and they did a really great clip of me doing this. I looked really sane there, so that was great. We shared it on our Facebook if you guys want to see it. It's actually a really cool little video. So If you guys painted this, please share it. It's so scary putting your work out there because you think people are going to look at this and think it's bad. Nobody actually does that, okay? And if they do, they're mean, and you don't need those people in your life anyway. So if you want to put it on Instagram, you can tag us in it. Our Instagram name is Let's Go Make Art. Facebook, you can also tag us in it. And of course, I already talked about our Facebook group, which I love. You have to ask to be a part of it, but we accept everybody and embrace everybody. So share your work, and then if you see someone sharing their work, give them some words of encouragement, give them a like, give them some love, because we need to encourage those people that put themselves out there. It's scary, but it's like, good for you, man. Good for you for doing something hard. So can't wait to see how you guys turn out. You guys are so great for painting with me. I love it so much. And is there anything else I need to say? December box. If you want our December subscription box, you might have seen the ads floating around. We're doing some super fun projects in there. You have until the 25th of November to subscribe to get that box. Brock, is there anything else I need to say? Keenan?
I have nothing to add.
Oh, next week. Next week. Hold on. I gotta find it. I'll be right back.
Stand by.
Stand by. They probably can hear me running.
Hit us with a joke.
All right, so which state likes Thanksgiving the most?
Nebraska.
Any other guesses? Kentucky.
Classic turkey joke.
You guys, I can't find it. Okay. Give me one more second to look. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I can only find the step out. You guys, I can only find the step out sheet. I feel so bad right now. Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want them to
Lost
hear
the
my
shoes.
my shoes clinking. Okay, I don't have the actual photo. Sorry. We're doing the hedgehog. I don't have the actual painting, but you can kind of see it right here in the step out. Should I do it maybe?
a little, let me.
Maybe do the close-up camera?
There you go.
We're doing,
You're moving it too much.
I'm sorry. I'm frazzled.
Okay. Let me see if I can get a little.
Can you get it close?
I can get it close.
We're doing the cute little hedgehog next week.
Fun.
Do they see it?
They can see.
Great. So sorry about that. So that tutorial is going to be released tomorrow. Yes? Yeah?
Yes.
Great. So the hedgehog tutorial is a lot of fun. Tomorrow we'll send you an email with it. We also share it on our Facebook group, so you'll see it there. And I'll see you guys next Tuesday night when we paint it together.
It's gonna be great.
And I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving.
Happy
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
Bye.